Welcome to Meeting Malcolmus, a pavement podcast.
I wanna say,
Hey, it's JD here, back for another week of pouring from the King Can that is the oeuvre of seminal indie rock band Pavement, hoping to get some hazy, hoppy goodness, and often being delighted with the contents of my glass. So there's that. I will tell you that I've been away for a couple weeks, and we'll just get this out of the way off the top. Everything is A-OK over here in JD land. Health-wise, we're good. Family is great, and we've expanded our bubble a little bit. My kids are at my brother's, so my wife and I have a little bit of COVID cuddle time, and that's not a bad thing. But I will tell you that just what's been going on in the world the last couple weeks made me feel as though this is a little trite, and I wanted to step away and just allow us to sort of think about what the hell is happening. We've got a major pandemic. We've got, a race crisis. We've got a stacked deck here, and it's tough. Now, there's two sides of the coin here. The one side is, JD, you fucking idiot. We like you, and it's nice to have normal things going on in abnormal times. But I just took my normal recording day is Tuesday or Wednesday. Sometimes it's Thursday. Like today, it's Thursday. Tuesday, the initial week that I stepped away was Blackout Tuesday, so I opted to just take that week off. And then last week, I just, I felt like I was just up to my neck in bullshit, and this is tough. And I don't want this show to be about what's going on in the world and my 2 cents. This is a show about Pavement and, a band that kicks ass. And if I could do it again, I think I would do it the same way. But who knows? Who knows? Bill and Ted 3 is coming out, speaking of time travel. And I didn't really speak of time travel, but I was thinking about it in my head as I said, who knows, what I could do. And who knows what I could do with time travel. Like, there's a lot of things that, I don't know. Is it weird that if I had like a genie time travel machine, one of the things would be to go back and enjoy, like I would use one of my wishes to go back and enjoy Pavement, like in the time that they were, hit making, rather than wait till my 99 discovery of them. I think I would do that. I think I would go back to at least Slanted, I don't know that I'd be an early adopter, but who knows? Who knows? Time travel is a messy business, folks. And, you don't want to fuck around too much with the time curtain. So there's that. We got a jam-packed show here. I got a couple emails to read. We got some Pavement news, and we are talking about Grave Architecture. So why don't we listen to a live cut of Grave Architecture before we get into... actually, no. You know what we're going to do? We're going to, right off the top here, I'm not going to edit that out. Right off the top here, we are going to celebrate the fact that finally the reveal has been made, and Primavera 2021 Pavement will be playing live. Now, there is a lot of scuttlebutt on the internet about what that means for this band. And I don't have answers. I have more questions. The impression that we were all under was that these 2 dates in Primavera were exclusive dates for 2020, and Pavement wasn't allowed to do anything in 2021. I don't have anything firm, but my hunch always was that they were going to do something in 2021. Regardless, now I don't know if this exclusivity pushes pushes that back to 2022 now. My hope is that's not the case, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to head to Portugal now. And I'm not going to have the same sort of leeway from my family to go and cavort, in a throng of people. Maybe that makes us lame. Probably it does. But I think live music to a certain degree is going to change as a result of all this horse shit. So I hope I'm wrong. And I hope that next year we are living it up in Europe and enjoying ourselves. I kept my ticket. I'm not reimbursing it. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to hope that I do go. God, I should be there right now. I'm supposed to be there right now. A week ago today, they would have played their first concert since 2010. Fuck. And then on Saturday, they would have played their second. And that's when I would have been there for this coming Saturday. God damn it. So that's pretty big news. If I end up talking to Spiral or Bob, or, for that matter, Malcolmus himself, then, I will ask that question for sure. That will be a question that comes up, because inquiring minds want to know. So there's that. If you are a fan of Mr. Malcolmus, you can check out the, oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind here. The Tim Heidecker podcast. Steve was on this week. So you can check that out. It starts at around the 15-minute mark or the 12-minute mark. It's just a short little touch base talking about what's going on in the world. They don't really get into Pavement at all. They don't even really get into the solo stuff at all. They just sort of meander and talk about what's going on in the world. But it's nice to hear our boy, talking. So check that out as well. That's another piece of news for you as well. What do you say we give a spin to Grave Architecture now? This is a live version from 95. I believe it comes from Berlin. I grabbed it from YouTube and converted from video to audio. Yes, I am that fucking capable. So here's Grave Architecture on Meeting Malcolmus.
Do a little dipsy do on this tune. Not yet. Okay. Come on in. Architecture.
Yeah. All right. Oh, that's an abrupt cutoff there. Maybe I'll fade that out. Maybe I'll fade it down for you because it's pretty abrupt the way it just ended there. So if you hear it fade down, you know that I did some work in post. Hey, JD. Hope you're safe and well. Thanks so much for your continued pavement illumination. I was wondering with Wowie Zowie, what was Scott's choice for the track list? It was my understanding that it was just a 10-song selection. I'd be really interested to know what it looks like if you get to chat with him again. Perhaps you could ask him. All the best, Chris. Thanks, Chris. That means a lot that you think that I illuminate on pavement. I do my best. You know, I'm just here to prattle on and see what gem I can occasionally come up with. But I believe I did ask him that. I think, and he didn't recollect, but he knew that it was it was a 2-sided record for sure. It didn't go into the third side. So a lot of the fragment ideas, a lot of the songs in between, and again, I've said that to me it feels like Demolition Plot in that way, where there's a song and then a song idea and then a song and then a song idea, something that could be fleshed out a little bit more to become something bigger. Maybe it could have been a B-side or something if it had been worked on a little bit longer. But they decided, Steve, this was one where Steve track listed it. He won the battle, and as a result, we got a 3-sided record that is, it's a really good record. I'm glad we got everything, but I suspect we would have got them all as B-sides or a couple more EPs off this record if Scott had got his way and it had been a tighter, more compact thing. And who knows what would have happened had that been the case. I certainly don't. But there's a lot of variables at play here, and we got what we got. Again, if I could get this goddamn time machine, I'd be paying much more attention to what was going on in '95 around the pavement camp. I feel like I'm breathing heavy today. Am I breathing heavy today? Maybe it's just the weed. I don't know. Okay, we got an email from our friend Michael here, and he says, "Hey man, keep up the great work on the podcast. It is a blast going through these pavement songs one by one. Of all the podcasts I listen to, if I'm going out for a hike or whatever, I'll put on the most recent episode of MM first." Well, first of all, thanks for that. That's really cool. Second of all, how cool is it that I have an acronym? That's really fantastic. So, thanks. Although Pavement is, according to my last FM stats, my 4th favorite band of all time, they can be truly frustrating because I can't not listen to lyrics and analyze them. I'm a chronic reader of lyrics and songmeanings.com. If there's music in the background at work, I'll often comment on lyrics of the song playing, and other people are like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" Like they don't even hear the song. Believe me, I'm also concentrating on what I'm doing. That's a skill. A lot of indie rock songwriters will say the lyrics don't mean anything, notably Doug March or Thurston Moore, but unless they are writing totally random syllables like I Timbra by Talking Heads, I Zimbra by Talking Heads, I don't buy it. Even in SM's most non sequitur creations, each line at least pertains to something he was thinking at the time. Certain songs like Serpentine Pad or Best Friend's Arms seem hopeless as far as figuring out what they are about. But many of the songs seem like they are getting at something like Shady Lane or Range Life. But the ones that are really frustrating are the ones that are halfway. Frustrating are the ones that halfway seem like they're about something like Type Slowly, Here, or Grounded. Your take on the lyrics has been great. I never thought of Newark Wilder like that before, for example. By the way, one good resource for your pod if you need it might be the old Usenet group, altmusic.pavement, if you can find it. Usenet was like the original version of Reddit, but more Wild West. No upvotes or moderators. It was people discussing Pavement while the albums were coming out. I know Usenet is archived somewhere, Deja News, but I can't find it. You probably have better IT skills than I do. Oh, Michael, that's very flattering. I'm saying Michael, but I refer to him often as Moik, so it's Moik. So I think that's really funny that he thinks I have good IT skills. Also, back in the old AOL days, but I'm very flattered. Also, back in the old AOL days, they had some special chat events. Once they had all the members of Pavement answering questions from whomever was asking. I remember being in the chat room, but I'm not sure if anybody logged in. AOL used to archive the logs from these events, so it might be out there somewhere. Anyway, keep up the great work. Although I like all the albums, I have to say that Wowie Zowie is my favorite, so I'm stoked about this phase of the pod. By the way, you mentioned people who don't subscribe to podcasts. That's me. Why? Because I used to subscribe to all these pods, and the next thing I knew, my phone, my iPad were out of storage. So now I just delete and load them manually from iTunes to my iPod Nano. It takes time, but I don't mind. Later, skater. Michael. Thanks, man. Wow, still rocking an iPod Nano. That's fucking badass. Damn. I don't know where my iPod Nano even is at this point. God. We're catching up on emails at this point. That one came from, that was the beginning of May. So I'm catching up. So keep sending those emails in, and I will read them. I got a couple this week that we'll get out in future pods. So there's that. Now let's listen to Grave Architecture on Meeting of Alchemists, a Pavement podcast. Or should I say MM, a Pavement podcast.
Come on in. Grave architecture.
bit of a tour de force, huh? There's a lot going on there. And I think maybe one of the longer songs on the record, might be the longest song on the record. It's over 4 minutes for sure. And, you know, there's a lot going on. There's some real clean sounding guitar off the top, you know, when Malk says, come on in. And then you get into the main sort of groove of the song. And this song has groove, right? There is a real groove to this song. So kudos to the rhythm section on this song. And it sounds, you know, it just sounds great. Here we are, you know, 20 years later, and it sounds fantastic. 25 years later, holy Christ. And yeah, it still just sounds fantastic. And when it wants to rock, it steps on the pedal and it fucking rocks. It truly, truly gets to where it needs to get to. This would be a great song to see live, I think. I'm, you know, a fan of this song for sure. As to content, to me, well, we can go to Moik's clues here. But before we do that, I will say, like, to me, it's very, Grave Architecture is probably the most clearly titled track on this record. It's about a graveyard, right? Like, it's that whole first verse is about checking out a graveyard and mausoleums. And where are the lyrics? The lyrics are here. Come on in, grave architecture, walk the marble malls, the monuments to those who fall, and it's a pocket less than narco shell bit. Stiff, the crypt, and others are rough, and the hood's so rad, and I'm fucking glad to see, you know what it means. And then the second verse to me is more, I don't know, like a neighborhood or something, right? Like, so I guess it's like a compare and contrast kind of. Well, hold on. Let's look here, shall we? On Moik's list, this is from the Ray Gun magazine back in the day. This is see, Moik telling me that I've got IT skills, and he dug this shit up. Like, man, this is great that he found this. So here we are. Scroll down. Grave architecture. Yeah. The tiny cities of the dead mirror our own subdivisions. The mausoleum is an obstetrician's yin-yang bedfellow. Oh, my sweet sleep with me forever. Cock my painted tomb. I mean, it's still Pavement. It's still Malk. It's still going to be obtuse and interesting. And, you know, it's not going to be like paint by numbers. But I think what we got there is where I landed was pretty close. And I don't know. You got something? You got something better? Send me an email, jd@meetingmalcolmist.com. That'd be real cool. I'd love to hear from you. And I always do. That's all I got for you this week. Hope you're safe and sound. Sorry for missing a couple weeks. I'm back, though. Don't worry. I'm getting ready to record Monday's bonus feed episode right now for you completists. And we'll talk to you next Thursday. Be well. Peace out. Meeting Malcolmists, a Pavement podcast, is a weekly affair. Connect with JD at jd@meetingmalcolmist.com. Please support the pod by rating, reviewing, or sponsoring us at meetingmalcolmist.com. And hey, I'm social. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at Meeting Malcolmists.